DJI, leaving consumer drone business? Got that coming up next. On Rotor Talk Live this week, Marcus Crawford and I discussed in detail the DJI price increase. Now, Marcus put together an excellent spreadsheet that showed not only the price increase for each drone, but availability on each drone, and we discovered that a number of the drones aren't available. Now, it came up during the course of discussion in the chat that a subscriber of mine mentioned the fact that he believes that DJI is getting out of the consumer drone business. Now, one would have a tendency to think there may be some truth to this with what DJI has released in 2019. They released the Smart Controller, the Osmo Action, the RoboMaster S1, the Ronin SC, the DJI FPV goggles, and the Osmo Mobile 3, but no drone in 2019. Now let's go ahead and play that clip from Rotor Talk Live where we discuss all of this in detail and Marcus shows us his spreadsheet. Last week we talked about the tariffs. I put out a video about the price increase. Marcus put out a fantastic video that had his world famous spreadsheet on all the prices for DJI, which we're going to get to here in just a second. And then, of course, you know, there's been others that have talked about it too. I know Billy Kyle and Ken Dono in their podcast, they talked about it as well. So Marcus, okay, what are your thoughts? Because, you know, and then I'll share mine and then we'll get to your spreadsheet.
Well, it's strange, and it's a fluid situation. I updated that spreadsheet 2 days ago. I looked at it again this afternoon, and there were even more changes, not price changes, but availability changes. The other thing that is really weird, Bill, is that now if you go on DJI's website and you look at any of the Phantom products, it will tell you not available in your country.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I don't know what that's about. Does it have to do with tariffs or something? Who knows? But even on the refurb side, there's a couple of them, you click on them and you'll still get it. But most of them, you click on there and it says not available in your country. So
wow.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. And then the Spark also no longer appears as a new drone on the DJI website. You can look on there and you can see there's still a line that says Spark. You go to that and it's just accessories. There's no drone itself. Now you still can go on the refurb side and you can see the Spark in there, but not on the new side.
Very, very, very interesting. Marcus, why don't you go ahead and share your spreadsheet so we can take a look at this?
I'm going to click share right now and let me know when you can see it, Bill.
I can see it. All right.
Okay. So I will start at the top and work our way down. So the three columns, you got column J is the new price, column K is the old price, what it was on August 31st, and column L is the delta, the difference between the two. The Zoom, the Mavic 2 Zoom, has gone up by $190. With the Smart Controller, $250. They did not raise the price of the refurb, but if you look here, you cannot buy a Mavic 2 Zoom direct from DJI. Not available. I presume that's going to change. I suspect it's probably just a manufacturing deal. I'm telling anybody out there, if you want one, go out there on the aftermarket, because if you look at a bunch of the websites out there, Amazon and some of the camera websites, they still have the old prices. So I would jump if you're on the fence. Now the Mavic Pro, the last time we looked at this, Bill, you could not buy a Mavic Pro. I don't know if you remember. They were all, it was not available from DJI. Well, now look, it's just switched with the Mavic Zoom. You can buy a Mavic Pro new. You cannot buy one as a refurb. They're out of those. But the price there again has gone up significantly, $230. But the one that'll make your eyes water is right down here with the smart controller, $300. So you're going to pay almost $21.99 if you want a Mavic 2 Pro with a smart controller, which that's a lot of money. And my fear is that their pricing, they were up there as it was. I think that just tips people over where a lot of folks just won't even be able to dream about owning one. So then what was recently a bargain was the Mavic Pro Platinum as a refurb for $729. They did not change the prices, but that's still a fairly spendy drone at $1,000, and then $1,300 for the Fly More combo, and it is no longer available as a refurb. So I think they priced that refurb cheap enough that a lot of people bought them. Now the Mavic Pro is still available. The original Mavic Pro is still available at a refurb at $799, which I'd say is probably a pretty good deal for a drone of that caliber, considering all these other price increases. The caliber of a drone that the Mavic Pro is, the original one, that's pretty good. And that also says something about the fact that the Mavic Pro is 3 or 4 years old. It's still a valid product. The one that was interesting to me a couple of days ago was the Mavic Air. Now they really raised the price on it. Do you think that anybody's going to buy a Mavic Air for $919? I don't know. They went up $120. Interestingly enough, they did not raise the price on the combo. So if you were going to buy one, surely you would buy the combo, right? Another $80, and you get 3 batteries and the bag and all that other stuff, that charger and all the other stuff that goes with it. Now, a couple days ago, you could have bought the Mavic Air as a refurb for $639. It is no longer available as a refurb. Did they sell out or something? I don't know, but at $639, if you were looking for a 4K DJI drone, that would have been your play right there. Now the Spark we talked about, it's no longer available new on their website. They even took it completely off there. The accessories are still on there. If you look at the line, the drones are gone. But if you look in refurb, they're available. They're still there, $279, and that's just the drone, not without a controller. So your play would be the combo for $439, a couple of batteries plus the controller. And 2 days ago, that was not available. Now it is back, and it is available. So if you want one, I would jump on that. And so then we get down to the Phantoms, and it's kind of the same old story. We saw some really big price increases here, $230 for the V2.0. If you get the controller with the screen, it went up by $400. But if you look on the website and you click on the Mavic, it will tell you, at least it did for me, it said, no, not available in your country.
Wow.
So I don't know what that means. And then none of these refurbs are available. And most of these, if you click on them, it will also say not available in your country. So
why don't you share with us how much the Inspire 2 went up, Marcus?
The Inspire 2. So the only reason I know this was listening to Billy Kyle's podcast. So it went up $500 to $3,000, or maybe a little over $3,000, but it went up at net $500, which is just, I mean, what do you think, Bill? Are they going to sell very many drones? How many people are going to be able to spend $2,000 on a recreational drone?
Well, as I said last week when we talked about the whole tariff issue, okay, and we never talk politics or religion on Bill the Drone Reviewer, and I'm not going to here. But as I said last week, and I'll say it again, it is in both countries' best interest to get this settled because it's money left on the table for both countries, okay? Don't think, China is getting hurt, and don't think it's just the United States getting hurt. It's both ways here, okay? Because if anything, their economy is probably a little more fragile than ours, even though it's big, okay? Their cost of living and everything over there is very different from our cost of living. and our standards of life. So I just want to make this real clear to everybody, because everybody thinks, you know, you see these massive price increases here, okay? And, you know, DJI is just passing the tariff on to the consumer, okay? They're not making that $239 or that $500. That's not coming from them, okay? Because there is a formula that is figured out on how they figure what each item is, the tariff on it, okay? And it's complex, believe me, okay? So this is where we're at with this. Brian brought up a great point in here, and I don't know if you saw this in the chat. DJI is phasing out the U.S. drone business. Mark my words.
Yeah, I know, Brian, you keep saying that. I am not so sure it's been their cash cow. I don't know. But I am not going to predict. Who the heck really knows? I mean, all I'm doing is looking out there and seeing what I see on their website. Mike Getz also says DJI commercial. Well, I don't know. It wouldn't be a very good commercial for DJI, Mike, because we're talking about how they're making their drones unaffordable. But to your point is, like I said it a few minutes ago, if somebody wants to buy a drone, whether it's DJI or like that FIMI X8 SE, Banggood has that on sale for $409 right now. You will never see that drone that cheap ever again.
Mm-hmm.
You just won't. And prices are going up. So,
you know, like Marcus had said earlier, you know, I don't know if it was when he and I were talking, but you need to go out and check. You need to check Amazon. You need to check Best Buy. You need to check B&H Photo. You need to check dealers like Carolina Drones, Frank, who I know, who's a great friend. You need to check out, you know,
H Camera.
You know, all these Adorama. You need to check all these places because they may have not passed this on yet. Because DJI actually, okay, the date was an artificial date because the actual tariff increase is going to hit in October. Okay, that's when the law hits. So DJI was kind of preempting, and dealers knew about this because I had seen, and I'm signed up with Florida Drone Supply, and I got 3 emails that the price increase was going to hit effective September the 1st. That's why I came out with my video. That's why we talked about it last week. And I think, Marcus, the thing that kind of surprises me is the old Chicken Little. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. No, it's not. No, it's not. Or the boy cries wolf, you know, so many times. And then finally there is a wolf and nobody believes him. It's the same thing here. Okay. You know, what I said ad nauseum. Okay. The prices are going to go up September 1st. There's just no doubt about this. Okay. So if you want to get something, do it now. Marcus, I have seen nothing but people complain since the 1st. What you know, the kind of like, you know, it's kind of like here in Florida. Okay. When a hurricane, you know, I won't say that Dorian came, you know, unannounced, but Dorian was a quick impact. Okay. It was just like all of a sudden and boom, it's here. You know, it's the same kind of thing here. Okay. It's the same kind of thing. People need, you know, when we're ringing that alarm bell, okay, and when they tell you to evacuate on the coast, you evacuate the coast, okay? You don't, and when we're telling you, if you want to save money, do it now. Prices are up. I mean,
well, what I worry about is that it's going to affect the hobby in such a way. It's just, you know, I look at the prices of DJI's stuff now and I go, okay, who's going to buy that? I mean, there are just a lot of people that just prices them completely out of the hobby, and it's just too bad. You know, I don't know what to say. So maybe they'll come up with, you know, we keep talking about the Spark 2 or whatever it may be, and who knows, but they would have to figure out a way to really cut some cost on that to make it worthwhile. So I just don't even know what to say. Take a look at your Paradenofi and those kind of drones, because they are a little bit cheaper. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Well, you know, and here's the thing to think about this, and you brought up a good point. Okay, DJI is not going to shoot themselves in the foot. Okay, where they make their most money is from commercial drone sale or from consumer drone sales. You know. And, you know, specifically in the United States, in Europe, and Australia, okay, they make a boatload of money in the UK. They make a boatload of money from this, okay? They're not going to cut this off, okay? It's not going to end here, okay? And I know what Brian's saying, you know, and it kind of looks that way right now, but I don't see this happening because they have built their whole company, their infrastructure, their, you know, suppliers have been rebuilt since the fiasco that they had. You know, they are gearing up to go full bore in 2020. I would say this, there was a reason that they did not, you know, that we're probably only going to see one drone this year. All right. You know, I went back through and you know, and I recounted what DJI has released this year. You know, they released the smart controller. They released the Osmo Action. They released the Ronin SC. They released the RoboMaster. They released the
right here, Bill.
And yeah.
Osmo Mobile 3.
Osmo Mobile 3. Okay. You know, this is what they've done this year. Okay. So, you know, this is something, you know, are any of these in and of themselves, you know, cash cows for DJI? Well, yeah, it's going to make them money. But the only real thing that really makes them money, Mavic 2s make them money. Phantom 4s make them money. Okay. And believe it or not, the Spark makes the money when they sell them in quantity. Okay. And price them right. So we're not going to see the end of consumer drones from DJI. It's going to continue. They're not, when they get all of this squared away, as far as the tariffs and all that, and they get all this leveled out, okay, prices are going to come back to some semblance of normality, I believe, because again, it's both sides. Both sides, they want to make sure that, you know, it's good over for China and it's good here in the U.S. I mean, really.
Question of the day. What are your thoughts regarding all of this? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like the content from today's video, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and tell others about the channel. Also, be sure to check out my Facebook page, where I do post daily updates regarding the drone and drone industry and anything DJI, Autel, or Parrot related. Also, be sure to check out my Twitter account, where I do post daily updates, and Instagram as well. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, it's a great day to fly.